questions for you. طيب طيب we are not just going to read a hadith and say in this class this is halal, this is haram. No, we're taking principles from those ahadith. Okay, we're learning principles from the ahadith because since in details in the transaction we cannot go over them. Transaction is everywhere and in everything, right? So we cannot go like each single transaction and its rulings. But if we set the principles, then it will be easy after that for us, right? طيب. We went through hadith قول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله ورسوله حرم بيع الخمر والميتة والخنزير والأصنام. Translation. إن الله ورسوله حرم بيع الخمر والميتة والخنزير والأصنام. ها؟ إن الله ورسوله حرم. ها? What does حرم means? Forbade. Allah and His Messenger forbade the selling of khamr. Khamr. What is khamr? Intoxicant. Very good in general. والميتة والخنزير والأصنام. Right? أصنام. What is أصنام? أصنام. Idols. فقيل يا رسول الله أرأيت شحوم الميتة فإنها تطلى بها السفن ويدهن بها الجلود ويستصبح بها الناس. فقال لا هو حرام. So they ask excuse from شحوم, which means literally the fat of the dead animal. شحوم الميتة, the fat of the dead animal, because they paint the ships with that. Actually, I think they call caulking ships, and they grease the skins of the goats with that, and ويستصبح بها الناس, they use it as a fuel for the lamps. He said haram, rather it is haram, and may Allah curse Yahud when Allah forbade them from using the fat, their fat. Rasulullah referring to what fat? Allah made haram for Yahud certain fat. What is that? Al-Bagar wal-Ghanam, the beef and the cow, everything that is eaten. In the Quran it didn't mention the camel. Yahud cannot eat camels. Yahud cannot eat rabbits. So it been mentioned beef and sheep and cows. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbade them from using the fat of it except for certain places in the animal. So Allah forbade them from eating the fat. What they did, they melted down the fat and they did not eat it, rather they sold it and they benefit from that. Now we took a benefit from Inna Allah wa Rasulahu Harram. Allah and His Messenger made haram. What we took from here? Allah and His Messenger made haram. And we said that also in the forbidding the meat of a domestic donkey. The zebra is halal. The domestic donkey is haram because Rasulullah said, Inna Allah wa Rasulahu yanhayan. Allah and His Messenger forbidding you from eating the meat of a domestic donkey or the domestic donkeys. So when we say Allah and His Messenger, there is a principle here. What is that? Huh? It's a major sin. Huh? Okay, how about someone, when you tell him a hadith, he will tell you, that's a sunnah. What is what is the five rulings in Islam? Or like Usul al-Fiqh, they have five rulings. And the five ruling goes the wajib and fard the same. Mustahab, makruh, haram, mubah or halal. Right? So when they say it's a sunnah, what they meant, the second one, the mustahab, right? So for them, there is no fard in the sunnah. There is no haram in the sunnah. Sunnah only makes things mustahab or makruh. And that's a big misconception. This is here a sunnah from the sunnah of Rasulullah, and it made it haram. And there is some certain sunnahs you are not going to find that in the Quran, which makes other things halal and which makes other things wajib. Right? Right? طيب قال إن الله ورسوله حرم. So Allah makes things halal or haram. The Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم can make things halal or haram. Right? طيب. We said also about the khamr. Can I transfer khamr to something else? I buy it as khamr and turn it to vinegar. Can I do that? On the dalil. What is the dalil? I'm not using it as khamr. I'm not selling it to be khamr. أيوة يا عبد الله. ها؟ أول شيء تعال قريب، ما تقعد عندنا في الكرسي كده، أنت مدير. طيب تعال قريب، أنت صوتك تعال قريب. By the way, if you want to rest in a chair, that's all fine with me. Just get the chair closer and ما تمشي بعيد. تعال قريب من الناس. You get to see it next to your brothers, and don't go far. If أنت لو تعبان جيب كرسي وقعد فيه، لكن ما تقعد بعيد. قرب من الناس. قرب من الناس، تصق معهم، امشي عليهم كده. The Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم was traveling, and then they took a rest in a valley. So the companions scattered in the valley. Okay? Then the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم told them, إن تفرقكم هذا في الشعب والوديان لمن الشيطان. This scattering you having, everybody going away in the valley, this is from shaitan. After that, they said, if you spread a sheet over the companions, it will shelter all of them. Just a sheet. لو بسطت عليهم ثوبا. Huh? Just a sheet. ملاية ترميها فوقهم هكذا. ملاءة. A bed sheet. You throw it, it will cover them. They come together and they tighten. So do not one here and one there. Okay? طيب. You can't, because Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم, the man who came to Medina had a caravan of wine. They told him khamra is haram, right? So he asked particularly this question to the messenger, can I turn it to vinegar? Rasulullah said no. What I do, he said, just rip it off, shred and rip off the leather bags and spill it. And the man did. طيب. Yahud, Rasulullah sallam being told by the companions, Yahud, they do that. Yahud, they do that. They buy khamr and they turn it to vinegar. Can we eat from that vinegar? Rasulullah sallam said, it is? Yes. It's okay, you can eat, right? So we took from here what? You do not buy haram item and turn it to halal. But if a kafir did that, it's okay, you can enjoy it and eat it. But a Muslim cannot do that, right? If a Muslim is doing that, can you buy from him? No, because you're helping him to go more in the haram, and helping someone, assisting someone in haram is haram by itself, right? طيب, we are going to go through lots of principles. Now let me get to the end of the hadith. When Rasulullah ﷺ said Yahud melted the fat and they sold it. May the curse of Allah be up on them. What he can take from here? Huh? Okay.
You don't get around the roots.
Exactly. When there is a ruling, take it straight. Halal, halal, haram, haram. You do not try to sneak around him. And we said before, looking at this is halal or that's haram, in your heart you're looking for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are looking for it to be halal, I desire it, I like it, I want it to be halal, there where you are going to sneak and go around. If, and in the country, some other people will ask about something, and they want to make it haram. And by the way, they are of the worst sinners. The Messenger ﷺ said, "Inna min a'zami al-muslimina jurman." Muslims, among the Muslimin, those with the most, and he said jurm. Mujrim is a criminal. And jurm is that sin or crime being committed by this criminal. So he did not call it dhanb, sin. He called it jurm. لأنه كان يقول ذنب. This one who kept asking about an issue till he made it haram. من سأل فحرمت بسؤاله. So he asked. He got the answer, he's not satisfied. He asked again. He digging again and again and again till it became haram. That's why don't ask too much. Don't ask too much. Okay? Take it like that. And the problem, because from inside someone, he wanted to be halal or haram. You look for the pleasure of Allah, and from inside you, you're going with sami'na wa ta'na. I just want to know. If it is this way, I'm taking it. If it is the other way, I'm still taking it. Okay? Take it or leave it according to what Allah Azza wa Jal will say, because we say all the time, سمعنا وأطعنا. طيب, did we go through this? نهى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن ثمن الكلب ومهر البغي وحلوان الكاهن. The Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم forbade the price of a dog, the payment made to a prostitute or a whore, and the gift that given to a kahin, a soothsayer or a sorcerer. We went through this one? No? طيب. ثمن الكلب. Okay, there is another hadith. Let's take it also with this one. Because, they ask Jabir radiallahu anhu عن ثمن السنور والكلب فقال زجر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن ذلك رواه مسلم. They asked Jabir about selling cats or buying cats and dogs. He said the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade severely. The Messenger forbade severely that the price of being that paid to the dog or the cat. This is the narration of Imam Muslim. In the narration of Imam al-Nasa'i, إلا كلب الصيد, except for the hunting dog. The hunting dog. طيب. في الأول هي الكلب. الكلب, the dog, is forbidden to keep the dog at home. It is forbidden to keep the dog at home. The exception is for the hunting dog, and even the hunting dog, you don't bring it to the city. Okay, if you bring it in the city, it get to be away from interacting with people. Get to be locked in a place that is not interacting with people. And the other one, the guarding dog, which is guarding the herd or guarding the farm. And those dogs should be kept outside at large or at the suburb or at the farm. الكلب ما يدخل البيوت وما يدخل المدينة. الكلب ما يدخل البيت ولا يدخل المدينة. What the severity if you keep a dog at home? إيش ها؟ One third of your deeds. قيراط. What is قيراط? Yes. Like the mountain of Uhud. Someone saw mountain of Uhud. I used to think it's a mountain by itself. Someone saw it? How big is that? It's huge. It's like series of mountains, right? And Uhud is so, so huge, right? So that is qirat, or almost the qirat, right? Because in some narration, bigger than the mountain of Uhud, right? That is, hasanat will be taken away from you every day you keep in the dog at home. Every day you keep in a dog at home, whether it parks over someone, it hides someone, or just stayed at home, is going to take from you one qirat away. Okay, so count how many days, how many qirat, and I don't know who is this person who will survive having a dog, a Muslim having a dog at home, and those qararid being taken away from him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah get us inshallah ta'ala and forgive us. So the price of a dog, buying dogs, selling dogs is haram, and buying cats, selling cats are haram. Cats are okay to be kept at home. القط حلال والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من الطوافين عليكم. So cats, it's okay to be home. And who's the famous Sahabi who had the cat? Abu Huraira. What was his name? Rahman ibn Sakhr. He loved that name because Rasulullah called it to him. Actually, he had the cat inside his pocket. And in his car, the cat start sounding from inside. Then Rasulullah said, "What is this?" And when he saw the little kitten, he called him Abu Huraira. And Huraira is not a cat, Huraira is a kitten. Okay, the little, yeah, because Hir is the cat, Huraira is the little cat. So, yes, you can keep it, but you cannot sell it or buy it. Okay? Can we sell or buy monkeys? Back home they do actually. They sell monkeys, they buy them. They catch them very young and then they sell them. Can we do that? Or here they sell baits, that they call them baits, and like hamsters. Can someone sell a hamster? Huh? Not a hamster. Why?
Because it's a species of a rat or a rodent.
Okay, it's like a mouse
Yeah.
or a rat. That's true. And why it is haram?
Because it causes plagues and diseases to the people.
So if I vaccinate it, can I, let alone for selling it, can I keep it? You can't. You can't. Especially the hamster. Even if somebody gave it for free, you cannot keep it because it's a mouse. It's a mouse. You cannot keep a hamster at home. زي الفار هو شكله بيشبه الفار. I have to explain it for my family back. تعرفوا الهامستر؟ ها؟ فار سمين. Yeah, it's a mouse, but it's a fat mouse. That's Abdullah. Yes, it's a fat mouse. Especially in America, everything is fat. Actually, obese. طيب بياكلوا كويس يا عبد الله. They give him good food.
Are you talking about people or animals?
Both. Both. طيب. So you cannot keep it because it's a mouse. Hamsters and monkeys, you cannot sell or buy them. You can't. Because the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, إن الله إذا حرم شيئا حرم ثمنه. This is a principle. If Allah made something haram, then the price of it is haram. If Allah made something, can you eat dogs? You can't. Then the price of dogs haram. Khinzir, we cannot eat it, haram, right? Then the price of it is haram. Okay? Monkeys, we cannot eat them. The price of them is haram. And this goes for everything. We do not eat, we do not sell it or buy it. Okay? The exception was for the hunting dog, what they call it, the hound? The hound. The hound, uh, the exception, some scholars say the exception is for to keep it. Others said no, rather the exception is for to sell it because there is a benefit from that. And this is argumentation among the scholars, but since Rasulullah ﷺ said it clearly, it's better not to get into that transaction, even selling the hound dog, the hunting dog. طيب, mahar al-baghi, the money paid to a prostitute, what they used to do in Jahiliyyah, and even after Islam, the munafiqeen deliberately will do that. Ibn Abi Salul did something very wicked. And the ayah in Surah An-Nur was about him. وَلَا تُكْرِهُ فَتَيَاتِكُمْ عَلَى الْبِغَاءِ. Do not compel fatayat, it means here concubine. Fatat in general means girl. A young girl, they call it fatat, whether before or after puberty, but most probably it goes for the girls. So do not compel them to commit zina. Do not compel them to prostitute themselves. Right? And whoever being compelled, وَمَن يُكْرِهُنَّ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ مِن بَعْدِ إِكْرَاهِهِنَّ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Whoever being compelled, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after compulsion, Allah is Ghafur Rahim. What is that? In Jahiliyyah, they will send the slave out to work, earn, and pay for his master. In Islam, it's the same, but Islam restricted. Number one, you do not force him to tough labor that he cannot do. Number two, you have to pay for him something. Give him something from his earnings. So it's not all of it for you, especially if he is skilled worker. You give him a good share. So you are not taking everything from him. Okay? The females, they would force them, go prostitute yourself. She goes with this person or with that person. She is not a wife for him. Commit zina with him and then get the money and pay it for the master. Okay? So Rasulullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, go get married. And in their time, because they have concubines, the free woman, the price will be a lot more. So they couldn't afford it. Okay, go for a concubine. And he may go, I don't have the money to buy it from you. So can I marry her? Yes, you can marry. The dowry will be way less. But there's a condition. If you got a child, that child is a slave to that person. Okay, that's why Umar Khattab radiallahu anhu said, مَا لِأَحَدِكُمْ يَسْتَعْبِدُ إِبْنَهُ. Why one of you will enslave his own child? Do not enslave your own child. Anyhow, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it halal to marry even a concubine that's belonged to another master. And if you marry her, she is yours, not her anymore. She is yours, not his anymore, right? He cannot enjoy himself with her anymore. That's your wife, right? But the condition remains. Your offspring will be his slaves. Now, the Munafiq ibn Abi Salul forced his concubine to go commit zina and pay for me. He did not need the money. But the concubine was a Muslim. She was a Muslimah. And she didn't want to do that. She hated, but that's the master. So he compelled her to commit this kabira. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbade this, and he said, for those who being compelled, Allah is Ghafur Rahim. Allah knows about you. But after this, it being forbidden. For what happened in the past, Allah knows you hate that, you don't want that. So Allah is Ghafur Rahim. So Mahar al-Baghi is that someone will force the slave to go and commit zina and pay the money for him, or someone going to commit zina and pay for that zina. This money you pay for the prostitute is another sin, a separate sin by itself. Zina is a major sin, and the money paid there is haram. And if a woman committed zina and then she accepted the money, this money is haram, she cannot use it. So both ways goes, from the one who's giving or from the other side who's receiving. This money is haram. Hulwan al-kahin, when they would go to a sorcerer, or what they call them today, fortune tellers, right? And he would tell him about the future or the fortune, then he's going to pay for him. This is haram. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and this is a famous story, had a slave, and that slave brought for Abu Bakr food. So Abu Bakr ate from it. Then the slave told him, "Do you know from where I got this food?" He said, "No." قال تكهنت لأناس في الجاهلية. Before Islam, I made kahana. I told someone the ghaib, the unseen. So they rewarded me now with this food. Abu Bakr already swallowed the food he ate, the morsels or two he ate. What he did, he took his index finger and he pushed his finger inside his throat, and he vomited everything. And they really, he felt really bad when he did that. They said, "Have mercy of Allah, you already ate it, you didn't know." He said, "By Allah, لو خرجت معه روحي لفعلته." By Allah, would my soul come out with this food, I would do it. Would my soul comes out of this with this food, with this haram food, I would do it. Yes, if it goes inside, there is no harm of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, because he didn't know, right? But he did it like that out of his wara' and piety. رضي الله تبارك وتعالى عنه. طيب. So anything that is haram, the price of it is haram. Whether that dog or an action like zina, or like telling the unseen or telling the fortune, whatever payment made from each side, the paying and the receiver, both of them are haram. طيب. Here, before this hadith, is a beautiful hadith and a lengthy one in the narration of Bukhari and Muslim. But let's take this one before that. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam forbade the transaction and the condition with the transaction. Okay, hadith. The hadith. نهى رسول الله نعم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن عمرو شعيب عن أبيه عن جده قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: لا يحل سلف وبيع ولا شرطان في بيع ولا ربح ما لا يضمن ولا بيع ما ليس عندك ولا بيع ما ليس عندك. الحديث بنصه هذا أو بهذا الإسناد ضعيف، لكنه صح من جهات أخرى. With this isnad, the hadith is weak narration, but I don't know why the Sheikh brought it from this way. But the hadith is authentic. The text of the hadith is authentic because it came so other ways. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "It's not permissible a loan and a transaction at the same transaction." We'll explain that. Or two conditions in one transaction, or guaranteeing. Profiting from what you cannot guarantee. Profiting, and actually it means here the price of what you can guarantee, neither that selling what you do not own. Selling what you do not own. I use my own translation because I did not like the translation over here. Okay? Now, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade لا يحل سلف وبيع. This is exactly what's going on over here. What's going on over here with the transaction, like someone buying a car or buying a house. Okay? He goes into a dual transaction, into purchasing plus a loan. Okay? You go, you take the papers from the car dealer okay, or from the owner of the house, and you take it to the bank, right? And you go there with the bank, you sign a loan contract, right? You coming back with the same papers, and you sign the purchase from the car dealer, right? So you're doing two things: you're buying a car and you're taking a loan, right? Taking a loan from the bank and you're buying this car. Okay, so the bank is the transaction finally. What's between the car dealer and the bank? They gave him the money, and he is surrendering the paper of the cars for them. Okay, so this is the your car, and now you are the owners of the car. Who's the owners of the car? The bank. The bank, right? Huh? And now the guy signed everything. I'm the purchaser, right? Yes, you are the purchaser, but you do not own the car. Who owns the car? Al bank. Likewise, the houses. Okay? You go and you buy a house, and then you go to the bank. The bank signs everything, paying the money for that person, and the person will not give you the ownership. The ownership will be under the name of the bank. And they call it here lien, right? We spoke about that last time. And they are holding the lien from you, i.e., the ownership. Right? Sahih? Huh? طيب. For this transaction to be halal, separate the two things from one another. You can take a loan from someone, and you write the terms of this loan. Huh? This is how much for how long, and you have to abide by Sharia there. You're taking a loan, you do not profit from that loan. I take 100, I pay it back 100, right? You are helping me, because loans, the principles of loan is not profit. The principles of loan is helping, right? And by the way, the hadith كل دين كل قرض جر نفع فهو ربا. Any loan that leads to an interest, leads to a profit, that's riba. This is a weak narration, but the ijma', the consensus of all of the scholars about the meaning of this hadith, the meaning is correct. Okay, so any profit being gained from a loan, that is interest, that's riba. Okay, so I sign a contract with you, with a bank, with anyone, for this much loan, and I take the money and I go buy the car, right? Huh? That's okay like that. Okay, so we have two separate transactions. Okay, or the bank goes and buy the car. After owning the car, then he can sell it from me. We'll talk about this because there is a hadith about this one. Now here, to give you a loan, to sell an item for you, and this item maybe you don't have a cash right now, no problem with that, no problem. Okay, we can delay the payment or make it installments. That's okay like that. Okay, but I consider this and that much loan for you, or I'm giving you a loan of that much, and in between I'd get the item in, and that's called bay'ul ina. What is this? I don't have the money. I go to the car dealer, tell him, how much is this car? And he will tell me for $20,000. Okay? I have no interest in the car. I need the cash. Okay? So I will tell him, I bought it. You sign everything. I don't have the money. No problem. I will pay installment in 20 years. That's all fine with us. So final price is this. And you wrote the final price, right? And you tell him, now, can I sell this car for you for 15? And he will tell, yes, I accept that. So he would pay him cash the $15,000, right? And he will sign back again, I own my car, or I own this car, right? Right? So what he did, He got 15 in cash. How much he's going to pay? How much he's going to pay? 20, right? Right? Are you following me?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you following me? This is the car. The car price is $20,000. Okay? I'm going to pay it in installments. Right? And after writing the contract, اشترى العربية وخدتها في حوزته بمبلغ 20,000. So he bought the car, مش خدتها في حوزته يعني خدتها في اسمه. He bought the car in his name, and he owes the bank how much? Huh? $20,000, right? And then he is selling it back again to the bank for 15,000. Okay? And the bank is going to pay cash for him. Yeah, we accept that. This is your 15,000, right? So we got the car again back. Okay? The bank can sell it now, right? That's his car, right? So the car is standing in the place generated for the bank $5,000. This is riba. And this is haram. This is haram. This is riba. You want to do that, that's all fine. Buy it from whatever price is that. It's okay. Take it out, own it, go somewhere else, and sell it for 10, for 15, as you like it. Okay? Huh? Buy it from them. Take it out, sell it for someone else. Okay? Yes, I own it because Rasulullah ﷺ said in the same hadith, you do not sell what you do not own. You do not sell what you do not own. Huh? And this is another problem. Okay? Okay, here Saad needed equipments for his gym, right? Liban is smart, and he goes into the internet, and if he knows the equipment costs $10,000, and he will come back, oh, okay, I can get them for you, but I need $15,000. I will sell them for you for $15,000. Saad will say, it's okay with me. Okay? And they signed the contract. Liban doesn't have it yet. Doesn't even purchase it. He doesn't own it. Right? That is haram. Own it, hold it with you, then sell it. Why? Because he knows very well. If it is 10 and Saad can get it for 10 like him, he's not going to give you 15 for free. Right? So you do not exaggerate. You be moderate when you're asking, or you be honest. I can get it for you. I don't have it. Right? So you work like a broker. Okay? I can get it for you. It's for 10,000, for example. So this is a service I'm doing for you. How much you're going to give me? I give you $200. I give you $2,000 because you go and you ship it for me. You do this and you do that. Okay? But you do not sell what you do not own. The other one, he said, no, 2 conditions in one transaction. He said 2. Because the hadith of Jabir here, the one that I skip it, Jabir radiallahu anhu was traveling with the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jabir, وكانت في واحدة من الغزوات, most probably that the battlefield of Tabuk. كان يسير مع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. He was in trouble with the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم over a camel, على جمل. قال قد أعيا. The camel got tired and it couldn't move anymore. قال فهممت أن أرسله. I was almost just to let it go. Let it go. You eat from whatever is that, you drink from whatever, or you die, it's okay with me. You cannot move. So the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم hurried up and he stopped and he said something and he made dua and then he hit the camel. That's it. He made some dua, he hit the camel. قال فدعا لي وضربه فسار سيرا لم يسره قبل أو يسر مثله. He just went so fast he never did that before. Everyone was trying to catch up with the camel of Jabir. Now, this is a very good camel. The messenger said, بِعْنِيهِ بِأُوقِيَّةٍ يعني ذهب. Sell it for me for 1 ounce of gold. It's a good camel. Sell it for me. Jabir said no. He's saying no to the Messenger sallallahu. It's not because he liked the camel, no. He said, no, rather I pay it for free. Another narration, not this one. I give it for you as a gift to a messenger of Allah. I don't take any money from you. Huh? I almost just send it out, send it away. It was about to die. So I take money from you. He said, no, bi'ni. I'm buying it from you. Sell it. So Jabir agreed, but he said, one condition. Can I ride it till Medina? And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam agreed. In some other narration, he said, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam allowed me to ride it. أفقرني يعني سلفه أو أعطاه إياه سلف لحد ما يصل المدينة. So the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam allowed him or made him to borrow the camel till he reached Medina. Right? At the end of the hadith, Rasulullah, after reaching Medina, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam called Jabir. After getting the gold, he called Jabir and he said, أتراني ما كستك لآخذ جملك خذ جملك وضراهمك فهو لك. Do you think I was bargaining with you to take your camel? Take the camel and take your money, that's yours. Huh? He gave him both of them. So here, there is a condition in this transaction, right? And there, the messenger said no to conditions in a transaction. Some scholars said one condition is okay, two conditions not okay. Others they said no, rather even one condition not okay. So which one we take? A condition like this one here, we are riding, and can I finish my ride till Medina? Okay, that's okay and that's doable. It will not affect the transaction. But a condition like, I sell this car for you, you don't use it for business, huh? Business purposes, yes. Okay. Don't make it a cab, don't make it a delivery car, no, I own the car, that's it, you are out of it. Right? So this affect the transaction. Okay, but I'm leasing a car from someone, or I'm leasing a house from someone. Can he tell me that? Yes, because it is his. Okay, it is his. Okay, I want to live in this house. Okay, you can live in the house, but you cannot use it for business purposes. That's okay with that. Okay, so a condition that doesn't harm the transaction, or it is doable, or it doesn't harm both sides, that's okay. But a condition like this one would benefit from it, the other would get harmed by that. This is haram, you cannot do it. Like we tell him, I sell you this car, but you lease the house from me. Okay, so he want another benefit from this one. Okay, I sell the house for you, or as we said before, I sell the car for you, but I hold the lien from you, meaning the ownership. You can benefit from the house, benefit from the car, but it's not yours. It is mine till you finish the payments. هذا haram. As soon as we sign the contract, you cannot hold that back from me. Or what they did, the hadith of Buraira, what they said to Buraira, Aisha can set her free, but her wala is for us. Huraira dies, we inherit her. Huraira gets married, we are the one to marry her. Right? So wala, they said, you free her, but we keep the wala. It cannot go like that. A condition that we have it clearly forbidden, it cannot be done in Islam, that is nullified right away. Or a condition that harms any of the sides of the transaction, that's also not okay. Okay? طيب. Any question? Is it time for Azan now? Is it?
Yes, it was at 6:30.
30. عبد الله ده تأذن؟ لا أذن أنت عشان تأذن لهم على السنة. Yeah, Abdullah did it before and outside there. I hope you guys you continue this sunnah. It is? Good. Okay, يلا يا عبد الله. What time is salat?
You want to give him the microphone?
7:30.
Yeah, please. عبد الله. هاك.
Inshallah, I'll hold it for you, inshallah. Okay? You give me. I'll hold it.
الله